Yu-Gi-Oh collection investments, or just collection investments, because you can do this with any card game out there. Obviously, what it is that you're buying somebody's collection. Let's say somebody has a binder. Let's say they have like 100. No, let's say 300. Like 300, cards. Whether they be higher rarity, more likely high rarity is what you want to go for in any card game. And if somebody has a collection, a binder full of high rarity cards, or a mix and match of some low rarities and some high rarities, like some extremely high rarities and some, for example, in Yu-Gi-Oh, super rares, ultra rares, secret rares, ghost rares, ultimate rares, and other types of rarities. So you get the idea. It's like you can have a mixture, but it'll start from like super and up. You'll try to avoid rares and commons, obviously. As far as separate, that's bulk, basically, right? But super rares and above, anything foil, anything hollow, that will make up a collection. And typically, you just want to go for a lot of foils, or at least high rarities, depending on what card game you are investing in. So for Yu-Gi-Oh, which is mainly what this video is about, is you want to get collections that have at least ultra rares and above. You can do super rares and above, but if you can get collections that have ultra rares, secret rares, ultimate rares, ghost rares, things of that nature, some pretty high rarities. And also it's good to have multiples of certain cards, not just like one copy of everything. Like multiples of certain cards, like play sets and whatnot, is also beneficial. Because the reason you're buying the collection is because you plan to resell the cards later on. Mostly when a lot of the cards do go up in value, and sometimes the best way to sell them is in play sets. You can ask for more money if you sell them in play sets. And you can just, get rid of a whole bunch of the collection really fast if you're selling them in play sets, selling them in bulk. You can even, put some of the cards and make smaller collections. Like you could take a big collection, like of 300 cards, 1,000 cards, right? And then make smaller bulk collections, like lots, where you can, like, let's say a whole bunch of the foil cards, the hollows are like cores for certain decks, like let's say Malefic monsters. Then you make a whole Malefic lot, of the Malefic cards, monsters, spells, traps, whatever, right? And there you go. Now you have a lot specifically for Malefics, and then you can sell all that together instead of trying to sell the cards individually and whatnot. You can put them together into one lot and then sell them all in one shot and try to get the most money you possibly can in a short period of time. So that's the usefulness of buying collections. Another thing is you're helping out another player who has a whole bunch of something that they have no use for. They have a whole bunch of hollows, but they have no use for it, no playability. They themselves don't collect, so they're not trying to keep them and have one copy of each, hollow card in the game. They just have a whole bunch of, spare hollow cards, high rarity cards. So you're able to give them a couple of dollars to take that collection, that bulk, because it'll be bulk for them, off their hands, and then go sell it out yourself, because you're taking in the workload of selling their collection. And not only that, you can of course sell some of the stuff that's you could quickly sell, make a quick buck. You definitely want to get your money's worth. Like if you spend, let's say, $20 on a 100 card, 200 or 300 card, collection, for example, you want to get your $20 back as fast as possible, right? That way you can try to get another collection. But in general, you just want to get your money back. That's always what you do when you invest. You always want to get at least your initial investment back. So if you spend $20 on something, you want to get the 20 back. And then whatever you make after that, that's your profit, obviously. So then you get the collection, you sell most of the cards to get most of your money back, and whatever you have left, you hold on to it. You look through the collection, see what might have future value, like what might spike up. Oh, look, this ultimate rare of Crystal Wing or something, right? This might be worth a lot more, in the near future. So you hold on to it because it just might. Especially if there's not that many reprints of the card, then since it's a high rarity, let's say Ultimate Rare is the highest rarity for that card of Crystal Wing, for example, then it'll be worth more money over time. Just like Ultimate Rare Bountiful Artemises. I think they're roughly $30 now per each copy. You know what I mean? But like maybe 2-3 months ago, they were about $7 per copy. So you could have scooped up a playset for $21, and now they're almost a $100 playset. You know what I mean? As an example. So it's worth holding on to some high rarity stuff, and that's why when you buy collections, you want to buy collections preferably that have high rarities. You can get collections that have a lot of old cards. That tends to be a good idea to get a lot of older cards. Some people have collections they have for years. Like, oh yeah, I had this. There's a binder full of cards for like 7 years. And it's like, well, that would be a good collection to get because a lot of the cards are old. So a lot of the cards right there and then are probably worth more money right there and then. And then some of the other cards in the next 2-3 years might be worth more money. And you have the cards now, you waited 3 years, and now they're worth more than when you initially invested. The other person who initially had a collection couldn't wait the extra 3 years to make money off of those cards. Plus, they probably didn't even know, like, they don't know the future, right? Shit happens. But it's better to plan ahead, right? To buy the collections, hold on to certain cards. They could go up in value over time. And if they ever lose value, like they don't become worth more, then you can always try to liquidate them, try to get rid of them for whatever you can get for them. And then just, keep on going, same process. Because, it's, you don't have the ability to see the future, right? You don't know exactly what will be worth money, because if you did, you would only invest and only buy every copy you can of one particular thing. You never know what's going to happen. You don't know if Konami's going to do a reprint or something. So, and that can always depreciate the value of a card. So because of that, you gotta be careful what you invest in. So you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on, let's say hypothetically, common Kribos, and then they end up being worthless. Well, one, they weren't the highest rarity, obviously. You could have got a higher rarity, and then on top of that, you just you spend so much money and time on one thing and didn't take into account anything else, and you ain't make money. So you want to spread out your investments all the time. You know what I mean? Just because the thing is, there's a lot of cards in this game. At any moment, any card can be worth a lot of money. The thing is, you don't know when. So to be safe, right, to increase your chances of anything you have being worth some money, you buy into everything. You know what I mean? You invest into everything. It's like, why buy one lottery ticket from the instant scratch-off lottery machines and hope you win when you could just buy all of them, right? Just buy all the tickets. You guarantee winners that way. You guarantee that a lot of the tickets you scratch will be winners. But you also have the losers as well, of course. Not always going to win. That's not, what I mean? But by doing that, same thing is like when you buy a booster box, right? Instead of buying one booster pack and hoping, because it's the same concept, it's a lottery concept, one booster pack will have a random assortment of cards. You don't know what's in there. But if you buy a whole booster box, you increase your chances of getting something good. especially when you can go online and see the ratios. Like online, it'll tell you, hey, you're guaranteed at least one secret per box. All right, then buy a box that you guarantee a secret. I mean, you're trying to reduce the risk. You're trying to reduce the randomness. Just like in life. In life, you're trying to reduce randomness. Why hope that somebody will do something to help you or to make you money when you can guarantee it yourself, or at least try to guarantee yourself? Do more stuff to guarantee that you'll get what you want. You'll succeed. Instead of just focusing on like, hey, I got a job, I just work my 9 to 5, make my money, and everything's good. It's like, no, you could do more than that. Why don't you take some of the money you have left over after you pay your bills and whatnot, and invest it, put it into something that you feel can make you money. Try to find guaranteed ways to make money. Make your money make money. Use your money to make money. Don't just work for your money. Don't just work a 9 to 5 just to collect a check and then spend the money, and then you're broke again, and then you gotta work again. Why don't you use some of the money to make money? And then it's just a spiral rolling effect. You use your money, make money, and then when you make money, you use that money, make money. You keep doing it, and it just adds up. And then especially if you're saving that money, you save it, you hold on to it. Let's say you have $50 and you're holding on to it in your like PayPal account or something. And then one day on Facebook or something, you see that somebody is selling 500 cards, like a collection, a 500 card collection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards for like $50, and you have $50 on PayPal. Well, there you go. Take the opportunity. Look through the pictures, look through their collection. Assess the value to you. If you can make money off of that, if you can make more than the $50 you're gonna spend on that collection, and then make the offer like, hey, I definitely want it. I'll give you $50 for it, and then do the transaction. Wait for the cards to come in. And once they come in, start dividing, start sorting them, and try to get your money. It's a simple concept, not too advanced. Just wanted to point out that, hey, you can invest in collections. It's not always about buying booster boxes and special editions or speculating is what they call it, right? Speculating, where it's like, oh, let me buy a whole bunch of these cards because it might be good in counter phase, or buy a whole bunch of these cards that might be good in True Draco Dinosaur or something. I mean True King Dinosaurs or something, or buy into this or buy into that. Instead of trying to guess what could be worth a lot of money, you can literally buy for cheap a whole bunch of cards that are worth money. They're worth more than what you pay for, because somebody's just trying to get rid of it. They're just trying to get what they can, and they don't want to put in all the hard work to individually sell everything. They're just like, all right, all of this for one cheap lump sum that I'll be willing to accept. Well, go ahead. The old expression, their loss is your gain, right? They could have got more for the collection, but they didn't want to take the time and effort to put in the work, and they didn't want to wait any longer to try to make money off of the collection, so they, liquidated. And that's what liquidation is you sell for less than the value of what you're selling, because obviously it's hard to sell for full value. If you could just sell it for full value, you would have been done it. But sometimes it's hard to sell for full value, and time is of essence, so then you sell for cheaper, quicker. That's what liquidation is. You take a hit. You try to get as much as you can. And that's the end of the video.